Okay, so it is Wednesday the 20th, I believe. 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, it is Wednesday the 20th. Today is a lighter day. I have work, of course, as always, and then later tonight I am going to be meeting with my local book club girls, and we're going to be talking about dangerous alliances. Other than that, the goal is to, of course, read one more volume of the Doctor Who fairy tales, and then, of course, another volume of Food Wars. After I finish this volume, I'm going to make an executive decision if I want to carry on in this series. Right now, I'm leaning towards yes. Unless something very epically tragic happens in this one and it's just trash, then I won't be, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to be something that I'm going to want to read through. As for that, I am going to get my morning routine done. I'm going to go water the plants and do all that fun stuff and then get my work area set up so I can start working from home, as per usual. So the videos that I just showed you of my finger in the dust is the reality of what I've been dealing with for the last 2 months. Every day there's usually a thick layer of dust at the end of the day that I then have to turn around and clean up. I haven't quite figured out the best method to do that. There's still a lot of it lingering, like absolutely everywhere. I'm sure I'm going to be dealing with it for quite a long while, and it's worth it. That's the only thing that has gotten me frustrated about everything that's going down in the basement right now, is the fact that I'm dealing with all of that because my body does not like it at all. But what can you do? I am very thankful. Once again, I know in some of my past vlogs about the process, I tend to get a little frustrated with everything and how everything's going, and the fact that we are in overtime at this point. We were supposed to be done like 3 weeks ago. That is why. It's the dust and having to deal with the dust and just how my body is crashing because of all of that. But I think we're in the home stretch. They primed and sprayed and all that kind of stuff today. So I'm guessing sometime next week. Just a guess though. But on to the real reason I am doing this vlog. I finished the next volume of the Time Lord fairy tales, The Grief Collector. I have to say, I really like this one. This one definitely felt like it was a Doctor Who episode, just the way it was all laid out, and plus, once again, we got the Doctor. I liked it. I then also finished volume 3 of Food Wars. Part of this felt like it was a lot of the same of all the other stuff because we're just getting a lot of food challenges and they keep having to like prove themselves. Part of me likes that because, hey, I am a Food Network junkie. It's kind of cool to see all that. Part of me is wondering if we're going to get something a little different at some point. And of course, the fan servicing. I still did very much enjoy this volume. However, I think I've made an executive decision at this point that, yes, I do want to continue on in the series, but it has to be for the right price. I can't necessarily justify spending too much on something that I'm not 100% a huge fan of, especially right now with how money is and how tight things are. So this might be on hold for a little while until I can find the next volume for a decent price, which means I have started Alice in the Country of Hearts. This is volume 2. I started volume 1. It was one of the manga love weekends not this far past, and I decided I'm going to read up on all of the volumes I have. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is my next goal for this readathon. So here's me continuing on in this really weird, crazy, bizarre adventure. Part of me understands, but the other part is like, this is weird. This is very weird. Everything behind me is extremely white right now. While part of me likes it, the other part of me knows that it's gonna look even better when it's not just primed. But look at the glow. Wrap up of the day. I read 3 volumes. Once again, I got 2 mangas and one of the Doctor Who Time Lord fairy tales in. I told you about Food Wars and about the Grief Collector. I didn't give you my thoughts on Alice in the Country of Hearts, Volume 2. I do like how whimsy and mysterious this one seems. There's a lot of things that you're sitting and you're trying to figure out. Things don't necessarily make sense. Why do they have clocks for hearts? What is that all about? Why can't they change? that kind of stuff. There are some pieces in it where you're like, what, but how did we get to this point? I feel like I missed a little something, but overall I really have been enjoying that series, which means I've read about 450 pages so far. I think I'm doing fairly good. I've got 4 manga down and 13 Doctor Who fairy tales down. I think I'm doing good for both readathons, which is really great to say, especially since how weird this week has been. But that is it for Wednesday. On to Thursday.